What is going on YouTube and weight loss warriors? It's your boy C-Dub and I'm back with another video. Today I want to talk to you about the top 5 reasons why you can be struggling on OMAD, and I'm going to do it right after this. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy C-Dub, and if you're new to the channel, thank you for joining me. I'd like for you to take a minute and think about becoming a weight loss warrior and subscribing down below. And for those of you that already are a weight loss warrior, I appreciate your support and love. Thank you. I'm going to talk to you guys today about 5 reasons why you may be struggling on OMAD. And the first one's very simple and very basic. It's headaches. And guys, some people have headaches when they start doing OMAD. And so there's 2 reasons why you can catch these headaches. The first reason is you're dehydrated, your electrolytes aren't right. And so to keep that stable, you got to make sure you're drinking plenty of water, not over drinking water, but drinking plenty of water. And you want to make sure you try to grab, if you're having headaches, you can get Smart Water. That helps out because it has electrolytes in it. You can add pink Himalayan salt to it. You can do all kinds of things to just make that electrolyte balance a little bit better. And once you get used to it, it's going to be no problem. You're going to be able to roll with it and your headaches will go away. The second reason is because of your addiction to sugar. Every time we eat food, we turn that food into sugar. Our body does naturally. And if it's sugary foods, it's even easier for it to turn into food. So we're constantly running our day-to-day life on sugar. And once you start doing OMAD, now you're stopping that and you're starting to run on fat. And so you're not quite fat adapted yet. And so your body's going to get a headache. The only real way to overcome that is to either switch to the ketogenic diet, which I didn't do, or just give it a little bit of time. After about a week, that part went completely away, and my body adapted to running on fat, which is what we all want to be able to do. So if you really think about the headaches as, hey, listen, it's just my body learning how to run on fat, it makes it go a whole lot easier. The next reason number 2, guys, reason number 2 is hunger and being hungry and feeling like, oh my God, I've got to eat. And I think that most of the time in the beginning, first of all, there's going to be a week of that, and you're just going to have to face the facts that you're going to be a little hungry for a week. But I think that learning that boredom comes into play. And that when now we're not preparing a meal and then eating a meal in the morning and preparing a meal in the afternoon and eating a meal in the afternoon and then preparing a meal at dinner and eating a meal at dinner, only doing that one time, there's more time now. And so if you're not used to that time being available to you, all of a sudden boredom seeps in and that makes you more hungry. And finding out something to do with that time is so important. So I say it all the time, pick up a hobby. Go walking. That's what I do. Walking has saved me, man. And you'll find out that the hunger goes away. But if you sit still and you stay still, that hunger is going to just continue to beat on you until you figure out something productive to do with your time. Reason number 3, guys. This one is really important in the beginning, and it's watching other people eat and trying to remove yourself from that situation, guys. So whenever you're around food, all of a sudden it makes it more difficult to say no to food. And it starts to make you hungry, and it starts to make you get a little triggered there. So what I suggest is when you know there's going to be eating, try to remove yourself from that situation. If you eat with your coworkers at lunch and you go every day and you sit down and you eat with them, I know I was doing that, and for the first few weeks I actually still sat with them and didn't eat and drank water, and that was really difficult. And then I started to walk, and it took place of eating with them. So being able to know that being around food is going to trigger you. So depending on your situation in your life, try to avoid that. If you're a father or a mother that has to make food for their kids, there's no way to avoid that. But maybe you have a spouse that's not doing it, or that has done it longer than you, and is used to it and is willing to do those meals for them and fix them and prepare them and only eat with them the one meal. That'll help. And if not, you're going to have to suffer through it a little bit. But in time, it'll dissipate. In time, you'll be able to be around people eating, and it won't bother you at all. But for a little bit, that is a pain in the butt. So, reason number 4, guys, and it's talking about it. And so this is for me, one of the most, if not the most difficult part of OMAD was in the beginning, people will see you having results. It's noticeable when you lose 10 pounds. It's really noticeable when you lose 25 pounds. And when you lose 50 pounds, it doesn't matter how big you are, 50 pounds, people notice. 50 pounds, people are going to say, hey, what are you doing? And that's when the questions start to come in and people start saying, hey, you know, you're looking amazing. What did you do? And you're like, well, I eat one meal a day. And you just brace for the, oh God, I'm going to get hit with this guy's, you know, oh, you're starving yourself. And oh my God, this is a terrible idea. And I can never do that. And all these things that come about it. Now, I don't care. I'm 14 months into this. I feel amazing. My life is great. I will yell it from the rooftops. I eat one meal a day. But if you're just starting out, you're not there yet. And because you're not there yet, it makes it difficult. So what I tend to say to people in the beginning was, well, you know, I'm not eating as much. And they're, oh, okay. And I cut back my calories. And kind of everybody understands that. And in reality, that's what I did. I took 2 meals out, which is cutting my calories out. But in reality, I don't have to tell them I'm only eating once and going. And nowadays, when I say it, I have such dramatic results that people will listen a little more. And then I can say, listen, I'm still getting in a lot of calories. I'm still doing this and that. And I start to explain some of the science behind it. It makes sense. And if you guys have followed my channel before, you know that people around me started doing it too. And I've made an impact of people closest to me, not just through YouTube. So I think over time, you'll get there too. But in the very beginning, that is a struggle. The fifth and final reason, guys, the fifth and final thing, and this one is a two-parter because we can go either way with it, guys. The hardest part about OMAD, and I think it's the hardest part probably overall, is balancing eating too much versus eating too little and where that lies. I think the number one question people ask me personally when they get going on this is, well, am I eating too much? Am I eating too little? And they don't really know. And I know I've been a part of Facebook groups that say eat whatever in the world you want, and then you watch my YouTube videos and I tell you hold your horses. You can eat whatever you want, but maybe not as much as you want, and there is a balance there. And there's all this back and forth, and there's information coming from this YouTuber and information coming from that YouTuber, and this doctor saying do it this way, and this other person saying do it that way, and it can be very, very, very overwhelming. Well, I'm going to solve that issue with you, but it's not quite the way that you'd like me to do it, but it's a personalization thing. And it's something that you need to take in ownership of and understand that Rome wasn't built in a day. And if you're an obese person and you're eating one meal a day, you're going to lose weight eating whatever you want in that meal, most likely. It's going to start coming down. But at some point, it is going to start to plateau. And when it plateaus, you have to ask yourself the simple question, is this where I want to stop losing weight? Or do I want to continue to lose weight? If the answer is continue to lose weight, then you have to cut it back a little bit and you have to modify what you're doing, guys. I've had to do it several times throughout my journey. I had to skip meals on Monday. I've had to cut out desserts at different times. I've had to rebalance myself. And now I'm cooking so much that it doesn't matter. I already understand when I've overeaten, when I haven't overeaten. And I also understand that mine is going to be different than yours. And that's why it's so hard for me to answer this question. People, you know, the other day were saying, well, I'm eating 1,600 calories. Is that enough? And I'm thinking, well, I don't know. I don't know you. Are you skinny? Are you well overweight? Are you a male? Are you a female? What's your age? You're going to get away with eating more when you're younger than when you're older. And so there's so many factors that happen. But by sitting down and eating one meal and starting that journey, you might be overeating a little bit, but you're still going to be losing. And then eventually you can adjust it. And you might be undereating a little bit and losing too much too rapidly. And then you can stop and say, pump the brakes a little bit. Let me add some food into the situation. And then you get into situations where you may get to your goal and you're continuing to lose, and you might have to stop and go to a warrior or go to a warrior a couple of days a week. If you don't know what a warrior is, it's 20 and 4 hours of eating. You can adjust it along the way, but you have to be able to be conscious and smart and eat. And when you're not losing, kind of figure out, okay, I'm not losing, let me make an adjustment. And guys, I'm going to talk about one more thing in that situation. Is today I went with my family again to Water Country, and they had the scales there. I told you in a previous video about my non-scale victory, about my whole family weighing less, well, my boys and I weighing less than I had weighed before. But I got on the scale by myself today, and I was the exact same weight the last time I weighed myself. And get this, the last time I weighed myself was 8 weeks ago, guys. 8 weeks. 8 weeks without getting on the scale. And I maintained my weight without thinking about it and without restricting a single thing of food. I ate whatever I wanted that whole 8 weeks, guys. I am so far into maintenance now. I haven't gained a single pound since February. I haven't gained a pound since I lost weight. But since I stopped and plateaued in February and said, yeah, you know, this is kind of where I want to be. I did lose the 6 pounds in my workout program. And then, you know, that kind of balanced itself out. But other than that, I've been steady Eddie this whole entire time. And that is an amazing place to be. So you can get there too once you figure that balance out, guys. All right, I've kept you long enough. I appreciate all you guys, man. Right here, you see it. It's a beautiful little face. Click on that, and that'll help you subscribe to my channel. And then, guys, check out one of these other videos that I've done before, you know, over here, and show me some love, man. I appreciate it. Comment down below. What is one of your hardest parts of OMAD? And I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.